if someone disrespects you right in front of others. They insult you, dismiss you, undermine you, or treat you like you're beneath them. In that moment, you have a choice. Most people make the wrong choice. They either explode with anger, proving they're emotionally weak, or they do nothing, proving they're physically weak. Both responses destroy your power, both invite more disrespect, both mark you as someone who can be treated poorly without consequence. But there's a third way, the darkest way, the Machiavellian way. It's not about anger, it's not about visible revenge. It's about calculated response that teaches everyone watching a lesson they'll never forget. Disrespecting you costs more than anyone is willing to pay. This is about making examples. This is about strategic destruction. This is about ensuring that the person who disrespects you regrets it so deeply that others never consider trying it. Niccolò Machiavelli understood disrespect as a test. When someone disrespects you, they're testing whether you're weak enough to tolerate it. If you are, they'll continue and others will join. If you're not, if you respond in a way that makes disrespect catastrophically expensive, you establish a reputation that protects you from future tests. The darkest truth about respect is this: it's not given freely, it's extracted through consequence. People respect you when they know that disrespecting you will hurt them worse than respecting you ever could. But before we go deeper into this dark path, let me be crystal clear. What I'm teaching is psychological warfare, not physical violence. This is about strategic, social, and professional consequences, not illegal revenge. This is about making people regret their actions through legitimate means that destroy their position, reputation, or opportunities. The darkness isn't in breaking laws or hurting people physically. The darkness is in the calculated precision with which you dismantle someone who thought they could disrespect you without cost. Now I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments: disrespecting me has consequences. Before we continue, if you're tired of being disrespected and ready to learn how to make it stop permanently, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell, and tell me in the comments, has someone ever disrespected you publicly? How did you handle it, and what would you do differently now? Share your story below. Now let's unlock the darkest way to handle disrespect. The first dark principle: never respond immediately. This might seem counterintuitive. Every instinct screams to respond in the moment, to defend yourself, to fight back, to show strength immediately. This instinct is wrong, and it's exactly what disrespectful people want. They want your emotional reaction because emotional reactions make you look weak and uncontrolled. Machiavelli wrote, "The one who adapts his policy to the times prospers." Immediate response is adaptation to their timing. Delayed response is forcing them to adapt to your timing. When someone disrespects you, the darkest move is appearing unbothered in the moment. No visible anger, no immediate comeback, just calm acknowledgement that something happened. This does several things simultaneously. First, it denies them the emotional reaction they wanted. They expect you to be hurt or angry. Your calm confuses them. Second, it makes you appear controlled and therefore dangerous. Only very confident or very dangerous people stay calm when disrespected. Diego. The 17th of November 2025, 13:25 3rd. It gives you time to plan a response so devastating they wish you'd just gotten angry in the moment. Here's what this looks like in practice. Someone insults you in a meeting. Everyone waits to see your reaction. Instead of anger or defense, you simply say, "Interesting perspective," and continue with the topic. You've acknowledged it without reacting to it. The insulter is confused. Others are intrigued. You've set up something they can't see coming. Someone undermines you publicly. Instead of immediately defending yourself, you calmly say "noted" and change the subject. You've marked the offense without showing damage. They're uncertain whether they hurt you. You're privately planning how to hurt them. The psychological principle here is anticipation and uncertainty. When you respond immediately, the interaction is resolved. When you don't respond immediately, the interaction is suspended. The disrespectful person doesn't know what's coming. This uncertainty is uncomfortable, and the discomfort is your first weapon. They have to wait, wonder, and worry about your actual response. The second dark principle: document everything. Before you respond, you need ammunition. The darkest responses to disrespect are built on undeniable facts that destroy the person's credibility. Emotional responses can be dismissed. Factual destruction cannot. Machiavelli understood that power comes from information. When someone disrespects you, immediately begin documenting everything about them. Every mistake they make, every commitment they break, every inconsistency in their behavior. You're building a case that will destroy them. Here's what documentation enables. Someone publicly questions your competence. Before responding, you document every mistake they've made, every deadline they've missed, every poor decision they've championed. When you're ready to respond, you don't defend your competence. You systematically expose their incompetence with facts. Their disrespect invited scrutiny they can't survive. Someone spreads rumors about you. Before responding, you document every unethical thing they've done, every lie they've told, every person they've betrayed. When you're ready, you don't deny the rumors. You shift attention to documented facts about them that are far more damaging. Their attempt to damage you has invited exposure they can't withstand. The key is patience and thoroughness. Don't rush to respond. Take days or weeks if necessary to gather comprehensive documentation. The weight increases their uncertainty while you build an undeniable case. When you finally move, it's with such overwhelming evidence that they can't defend, deflect, or survive. The third dark principle: isolate before destroying. Direct attack often fails because the person has allies who defend them. The darkest approach is isolating them first, so when you strike, they stand alone. Machiavelli observed that destroying someone with allies is hard. Destroying someone without allies is easy. Here's how you isolate someone strategically. Someone disrespects you and they have a network of supporters. Before responding to them directly, you quietly undermine their relationships. You have separate conversations with their allies, carefully planting seeds of doubt. Have you noticed how they treat people who disagree with them? I've been concerned about some of their decisions lately. You're not lying or making accusations. You're asking questions that make others start seeing what you've seen. Over time, their allies become less enthusiastic supporters. Some become neutral, some become quietly opposed. You've isolated them without them realizing it's happening. When you finally respond to the original disrespect, they discover their support has evaporated. They stand alone against your documented case. They're destroyed not just by your response, but by their isolation. The darkest aspect of this principle is its invisibility. The person being isolated doesn't see it happening until it's complete. Their allies don't realize they're being turned until they've already turned. You operate in the background, systematically removing their protection before delivering your strike. The fourth dark principle: make the punishment disproportionate. When you finally respond to disrespect, the response must be so severe that it serves as a warning to everyone watching. Proportional response suggests that disrespect was acceptable enough to warrant only equal response. Disproportionate response teaches that disrespect at any level triggers overwhelming consequence. Machiavelli wrote, "Men ought either to be well treated or crushed." There's no middle ground in response to disrespect. Either you ignore it completely or you crush it so thoroughly that no one tries it again. Here's what disproportionate response looks like. Someone makes a snide comment questioning your judgment. A proportional response would be defending your judgment. A disproportionate response is exposing every poor judgment they've ever made, getting them removed from decision-making entirely, and ensuring everyone knows why. Their comment costs them their influence permanently. Someone spreads a minor rumor about you. A proportional response would be correcting the rumor. A disproportionate response is exposing major truths about them that destroy their reputation completely, ensuring the last thing anyone remembers is not the rumor about you, but the facts about them. Their rumor cost them their reputation permanently. The purpose of disproportionate response is deterrence. When others see that minor disrespect triggers major destruction, they choose not to risk any disrespect at all. You've created a reputation where the cost of testing you is obviously higher than any possible benefit. The fifth dark principle: never explain, never apologize. When you respond to disrespect with devastating consequences, some people will call you excessive, cruel, or vindictive. The darkest move is refusing to justify or apologize for your response. Explanation suggests you need approval. Apology suggests you were wrong. Neither serves your power. Machiavelli understood that power doesn't explain itself. When you've destroyed someone for disrespecting you, simply let the results speak. If others are uncomfortable with your ruthlessness, good. That discomfort is respect mixed with fear, and that combination protects you. Here's how this plays out. You've systematically destroyed someone's career for publicly undermining you. People whisper that you overreacted. When someone asks you about it directly, you don't defend or explain. You simply say, "I handled disrespect decisively," and change the subject. Your refusal to justify your actions makes them more powerful, not less. You've isolated and exposed someone who spread rumors about you. Their allies claim you were too harsh. You don't apologize or explain your reasoning. You let your actions stand as evidence of what happens when people disrespect you. Your silence on justification amplifies the message. The psychological principle is that explanations weaken power while silence strengthens it. When you explain why you destroyed someone, you're seeking approval for your actions. When you let the destruction speak for itself, you're demonstrating you don't need approval. The second creates far more respect and deterrence. Diego, 17 de noviembre de 2025, la 1:25 de la tarde. The sixth dark principle: create permanent consequences. Temporary punishment allows recovery and eventual retaliation. Permanent consequences prevent both. The darkest responses to disrespect don't just hurt someone temporarily. They alter their trajectory permanently in ways they can never fully recover from. Machiavelli warned that injured enemies are dangerous. Therefore, if you're going to respond to disrespect, respond so completely that the person cannot effectively retaliate even if they want to. Here's what permanent consequences look like. Someone sabotages your project at work. Temporary consequence would be calling them out and damaging their reputation briefly. Permanent consequence is documenting their sabotage so thoroughly and presenting it so strategically that they lose their job or are permanently sidelined from important work. Years later, this incident still defines their career limitations. Someone betrays your trust and disrespects you in the process. Temporary consequence would be ending the relationship and moving on. Permanent consequence is ensuring that everyone in your mutual network knows what they did, documented and factual, so their reputation in that entire network is permanently damaged. Years later, people still remember and treat them with suspicion. The goal isn't cruelty for its own sake. The goal is ensuring that the person who disrespected you pays a price so lasting that they never forget the lesson and others who witnessed it never consider repeating the behavior. Permanent consequences create permanent deterrence. The seventh dark principle: use their disrespect against them. The darkest responses to disrespect don't just punish the disrespect, they weaponize it. You use their act of disrespecting you as justification and fuel for destroying them in ways that seem like natural consequences of their own behavior. Machiavelli understood that the best attacks appear defensive. When you can frame your destruction of someone as merely responding to their aggression, others are less likely to sympathize with them. Here's how you weaponize disrespect. Someone publicly questions your expertise. You use their public challenge as justification to publicly demonstrate your expertise while exposing their ignorance. Since you raised questions about my approach, let me walk everyone through my reasoning. You then present such comprehensive expertise that they look foolish for questioning you. Their disrespect gave you the platform to humiliate them. Someone undermines your project. You use their undermining as justification to investigate all their projects, finding and exposing problems they hoped would stay hidden. Your concerns about my project made me wonder about project quality generally. You've turned their attack into justification for scrutinizing and exposing them. Their disrespect opened the door to their own destruction. The beauty of this principle is that you're not initiating aggression, you're responding to theirs. This gives you moral cover while executing strategic destruction. They started it, you're just finishing it more completely than they imagined possible. The eighth dark principle: make examples that create legends. The darkest handling of disrespect isn't just about the immediate situation, it's about creating a story that gets told and retold, establishing a reputation that protects you for years. Machiavelli knew that one spectacular example can prevent 1,000 future challenges. When you respond to disrespect, do it in a way that becomes a story people tell as a warning about what happens when you re-disrespect it. Here's how you create legendary examples. Someone disrespects you in a way that's visible to many people. Instead of handling it privately, you respond so publicly and so devastatingly that everyone witnesses the complete destruction. The story gets told and retold. Remember when so-and-so disrespected them, they completely destroyed their career. That story protects you for years because anyone considering disrespecting you remembers the legend. Someone spreads lies about you to damage your reputation. Instead of quietly correcting the record, you expose the lie so thoroughly and the liar so completely that the incident becomes legendary. Years later, people still reference it as an example of what happens to people who try to damage your reputation with lies. The legendary example serves multiple purposes. First, it deters future disrespect because people know the cost. Second, it establishes you as someone dangerous to cross. Third, it does your defensive work for you because others tell the story and enforce the lesson without your continued involvement. The ninth dark principle: Show no mercy after the lesson is delivered. Some people, after you've devastated someone for disrespecting you, will ask you to show mercy, to let up, to give the person a chance to recover. The darkest move is refusing completely. Mercy after punishment suggests your punishment was excessive and you regret it. It suggests you can be pressured into leniency. It suggests future disrespect might be forgiven. Machiavelli was explicit about this. If you're going to punish, punish completely. If you're going to show mercy, show it immediately. The middle ground of punishing then showing mercy creates the worst outcome. An injured enemy who survives to seek revenge. Here's how you maintain ruthlessness after responding. You've destroyed someone's career for disrespecting you. Mutual acquaintances ask you to help them recover, or at least stop actively blocking their recovery. You refuse politely, but firmly. They made their choice. These are the consequences. Your refusal to show mercy completes the lesson. You've isolated someone who undermined you. They apologize and ask for another chance. You deny it without discussion. Some things can't be undone. This is one of them. Your refusal to accept apology after destruction teaches that prevention is the only option. There's no redemption after disrespect. The purpose of refusing mercy is twofold. First, it ensures the lesson sticks permanently with the person you punished. Second, it ensures everyone watching learns that your responses are permanent and pleading won't change them. This creates maximum deterrence. The 10th and darkest principle: enjoy your reputation. Once you've handled disrespect darkly and decisively a few times, you'll have a reputation. Some will call you ruthless, vindictive, or excessive. Others will call you strong, respected, or dangerous. Both groups will have one thing in common: none of them will disrespect you. The darkest aspect of Machiavellian response to disrespect is that eventually you don't have to respond anymore. Your reputation does the work. People self-police around you because they've seen or heard what happens to those who don't. Machiavelli wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." When you've established that disrespecting you has catastrophic consequences, people fear disrespecting you. That fear creates the respect that protects you from having to constantly defend yourself. Here's what life looks like after you've established this reputation. People are careful with their words around you. They don't joke at your expense. They don't question you publicly. They don't undermine you, not because they love you, but because they've learned the cost of disrespect exceeds any benefit. When someone new enters your environment and doesn't know your reputation, others warn them, "Don't cross that person." Let me tell you what happened to someone who did. Your reputation does your defensive work without your active involvement. Diego, 17 de noviembre de 2025, la 1:25 de la tarde. You've created an environment where disrespect doesn't happen because everyone knows it's too expensive. You didn't accomplish this by being nice or understanding. You accomplished it by being dark, calculating, and ruthlessly effective in destroying disrespect so completely that trying it became obviously stupid. You've now learned the darkest way to handle disrespect. But here's the responsibility that comes with this knowledge. These principles are devastating when applied. They can destroy careers, relationships, and reputations permanently. Use them only when genuinely disrespected, not when slightly annoyed. Use them only when the lesson needs teaching, not when ego needs feeding. Use them only when proportionate to the offense would be insufficient to prevent recurrence. The darkness of these methods is their power. That power comes with the responsibility to use it judiciously. But when someone genuinely disrespects you, when they cross lines that matter, when they test you in ways that invite others to test you too, then apply these principles without hesitation. Document everything. Isolate them completely. Respond disproportionately. Never explain or apologize. Create permanent consequences. Weaponize their disrespect. Make legendary examples. Show no mercy. Enjoy your reputation. The world respects strength. The world respects consequences. The world respects people who can't be disrespected without catastrophic cost. Become that person. If this dark wisdom resonates with you, hit that like button. If you're ready to establish a reputation that prevents disrespect rather than just responding to it, subscribe and ring that notification bell. Drop a comment. What's the worst disrespect you've faced and how would you handle it now after learning these principles? Your answer might help someone else find their strength. Until next time, remember this: disrespect is a test. Most people fail by showing weakness. You'll succeed by showing strength so overwhelming that the test is never repeated. Be dark when necessary. Be strategic always. Be someone who cannot be disrespected without consequence. Stay powerful, stay respected, stay dangerous.